How's it? Today is Monday, April 27th. I did tons of block snatches today. Basically, today was just a snatch work day. I did 10 sets total of the block power snatch with 5 top sets at 165 for all sets of 3. I'm pretty happy with how it went. They're all pretty easy. Um, my positioning was okay. Power generation was okay. My hip felt okay. I didn't hit my pubic bone either, so that's okay. You know, all in all, today was okay. Um, so last week I did work up to a single of 180 power snatch, block power snatch, and then I did like 155 for 5 sets of 3 after that, and those are very easy. This week, Steve mentioned that because last week was so easy, I could either switch to the hang power snatch or the block power snatch, but he said that um, because of how my hip is feeling, the hang power snatch might be a little extra work, and so that might not be the best move. So he said, "Yeah, well, we'll just stick with the block power snatch for a few more weeks." So I think this week and then next week, he was like saying that if I can get to 175 for block power triple, that would be good. So this is my first set here. There's not much to be said about a lot of these. They all look pretty standard. There are some that do stick out in my head that were significantly less good than the others. Um, and there are no real outstanding ones. So maybe that one there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it went. The biggest thing for me right now is that some of the positioning, like right here, that was definitely off. Some of them do hurt my hip, so if I don't catch it extremely high, then it's like risking falling into that area where it will feel like there's something wrong with my hip. So these are caught very high, and I'm happy I'm able to actually produce enough power and stay positioned well enough to get the bar high enough so that I can catch it that high. I think I'm not entirely sure, but I think that this 165 for a triple of power snatch is the most I've done from any position. I could be wrong. I might have done 175 at one point in the last year, but triples are usually not a weight or a rep range that I'm very strong at because a third rep is always just impossible. So I I'll look later, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually a PR. And every set after the first set is just furthering that like volume PR here. So this is the first set. This is the set I sent to Steve. The first rep was a little bit weird. Bar did go really high. Second rep was pretty good, and then my third rep, I don't recall um, what it felt like. That was pretty good. Um, After that, I moved into some block power snatch or block snatch pulls, sets of 5. Steve was saying that he wanted me to kind of do more of touch and goes, but I wasn't sure how that would be implemented because that would mean I need to maintain position up and down. I guess that would make it harder. Right there on that 5th rep, I pulverized the shit out of my pubic bone. Um, and then that kind of compromised the way I was extending for the rest of all of the sets of pulls. But I tried my best, and I kept the weight at 195 for all of them. So the first one I did 185, and then the next four I did 195. You see here that I was trying to do the touch and go thing a little bit better. There was about a halfway point through the pulls where I was just trying to get the best upward pull, upward extension on the bar, such that my hips don't come in from a far distance away to hit the bar. I'm not sure if you can actually see it in the videos, but I do want to try this out. Kind of like how some of the Chinese do snatch pulls. And then here's my last set. I think you can kind of tell it here where I'm not violently moving my hips forward through the movement. I kind of just bring the bar up back into my hips, and then I push through the floor with my legs. After that, I did some overhead temple squats. So just singles. I did, I think, 8 of them. Yeah, it's 8 of them. There's something kind of weird going on in my hip. So basically at the lighter weights, it's fine. And then around the heavier weights, it starts to feel extremely uncomfortable. I messaged Steve about it after I did them all. But I wasn't sure if I was able to actually keep tension in the hole. It feels like I am, but there's like a noticeable shift in the way my hip thing articulates when I switch from the eccentric to the concentric, and I'm just trying my best to maintain tightness throughout the whole movement, and it's hard. It's hard on my hip. That didn't look too bad, and then I just go to 185 as my last. This one definitely did not feel good. So I moved into snatch, push press. I was doing just triples. I know it says 3 to 5 sets of 210 to 215 at the beginning note, but I totally forgot what weight I was supposed to be doing. So I started with 205, and then I went to 210 for 2 more sets after that. At this point, I was really tired in the workout. I was also running out of time, but yeah, not much else to be said. This work comes just 2 days after I did snatch push press at 250 for a triple, and I think Steve just wants me to kind of work at the intensity that's set here versus maximum intensity at 250, which is basically my max at this point. So we're trying to increase the baseline here instead of pushing the ceiling. I'm pretty excited about this. Like, I feel like I have pretty strong overhead stability, but I mean it could always be better. So then I did the heavy pull-ups, so weighted triple up to a top set. So I did 50 pounds here, and then dropped down 85% for 3 sets of 5. And I did 85% of 50, which is 42 and a half. This is not the correct way to do it. I just didn't have a calculator available to me to really just do the calculations, because it should be my body weight plus the top triple. That's a total weight, and then 85% of that. So then whatever that is minus my body weight again would be the weight that I finished with. After that, I did high reps with assisted pull-ups. So I did 2 sets of 15 on the with the orange band. It was going to be 3 sets of 15, but I was running out of time and I didn't think that I could actually do a third set. And to round it off, I finished off with some easy core with these guys here, the hanging leg raise. They're not the most strict. Again, I was rushing. They could have been a lot stricter, but with the amount of time I had, it kind of worked out to be this way. But yeah, that's it for today.